Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Lucy's Science Library. Gonna mix it up a little bit this week with a graphic novel series that I really got into recently called Strange Skies Over East Berlin. You already know the deal. Please stick around to the end of the video for the cute bunny clip. It helps the channel if you view the video all the way through, and you get to see a bunny at the end, so don't we both win here? So this short series was printed by Boom Comics, written by Jeff Loveness, and illustrated by Lisandro Estherren. So definitely check out any other projects they might have been on, because this definitely came together very nicely. With that background out of the way, let's just jump right into the plot of Strange Skies Over East Berlin. This series starts during the Cold War and follows Agent Herring, an American spy in the East German Stasi secret police. Agent Herring has long been an operative of the American government, and he grows more and more tired by the day of the web of secrecy that his life has become. However, when he's helping some East German defectors escape over the Berlin Wall, he notices a strange light and a bursting comet come over them and crash land somewhere in East Germany. His lead agents give him one more task to try to figure out what was the source of that light, where did it come from, and what is it? This leads Agent Herring to a secret East German military base, along with Agent Klein, a Stasi spy catcher, famous for catching American spies who are trying to infiltrate their country. However, when they reach the base, they soon realize that the light from the skies might not have even come from Earth. And here's where I'm going to put my spoiler warning. If you have any interest in reading this series at all and don't want just some guy on YouTube to ruin it for you, stop the video here, go check it out, go buy the book. In fact, if you use my Amazon link below, it definitely helps the channel, so please do that. But seriously, check out this book before we get too far into the video, because once it's spoiled, it's going to be spoiled. Alright, you've been warned. Herring and Klein discover that inside the base is an alien made of energy, light, or some unknown source that infects the human mind and causes hallucinations and continuously spouts on about how all humans are liars and they need to accept the truth. This leads to Agents Klein, Herring, and the East German soldiers being locked in a bunker with the alien, trying to destroy it or keep it trapped so it can't get out and start harming humanity. So, what are some of the pros and cons of this book? We'll start with the pros since I have more of those. Strange Skies Over East Berlin has gorgeous artwork and is what initially drew me to this graphic novel in the first place. I mean, over on the screen, I'm going to have a bunch of different pictures from it and scenes from it rolling through, and you can really just see how great some of the coloring and some of the shapes and designs are. Looking at some of these shots, you can just tell that the artist Lisandro Estherren and the colorist Patricio Del Pesce really had fun with this project and really did their best to make these images pop, and I think it was a huge success. Another great aspect of the book is how on theme it is. This book has a great theme overlaying the entirety of its 5 sections of truth versus lies, and having it set during the Cold War at the maximum height of our lying, spying, and secrecy was a brilliant decision. The characters are all morally gray, but also very believable, and what's nice about it is that our main character might even be the one with the worst past out of all of them, which makes it very difficult to understand who you should be rooting for, which in the case of this book is a good thing. It really fits nicely into the tone of this whole series, which is very dark, gray, ambiguous, and it really just demonstrates that all the humans have to really decide if they're actually worth saving when presented with this extraterrestrial threat. It makes it a little bit more detailed and nuanced than the typical story of a hero versus a bad guy, which I personally really liked. However, there are 2 small cons that might put off some readers, so I'm going to mention them in the video here, even though this is definitely going to get a recommend from me when it's all said and done. The first of these cons deals with the story itself. This is a very focused story, as it's a pretty short run of comics combined into a trade paperback. So you're not going to get the length and depth of detail that you might get with a full-length book as opposed to a graphic novel. It's going to be very focused on its themes and very focused on developing the characters quickly and efficiently. So if you're someone who's into longer stories or more detailed backgrounds and more detailed descriptions, this might put you off. I remember reading some Amazon reviews of this before I got it, saying that it was more tone over substance, though I do disagree with those. And the second con, which kind of branches off from the first one, is that it's a very short series. I mean, the entire trade paperback is this, and it wraps up the story pretty neatly. So if you're somebody who's into longer stories, or maybe you really get into this one and it just ends pretty quickly, that might put you off. So definitely be aware of it. For me, it was a good thing because it was finally a story I could just finish in an afternoon as opposed to a giant book. But for some readers, that's not really their thing. So I feel it's noteworthy to mention it here. So yeah, that's Strange Skies over East Berlin. Pretty good series of graphic novels. Definitely recommend grabbing the trade paperback or the issues if you can get your hands on them. There's some pretty cool covers for those. Some right here. As always, thanks for watching all the way to the end. You know what's coming next. It's the Cute Bunny Clip. Thanks again for watching.
Hey, Lucy.